My name is Mya More. We're here at my home here in Edinburg, Texas. My father is African American. My mother is Hispanic. They met here in the Valley. I was born here in the Valley, but I was raised in Seattle, but came back down when I was about, 15, 14. It was just very closed-minded. It wasn't very open-minded here when I first moved here. Not even me being black was it all right. The first time I walked into the cafeteria, everybody stared at me, and I felt very uncomfortable. I stared at everybody. Everybody stared at me. I couldn't even sit. I walked straight past everybody and went straight out of the cafeteria. Everybody stared at me. I stared at them. It was just very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. I was an African American, and I was in an all Hispanic school, so it was a little awkward. And then me being a little feminine was also, not part part of their. I don't know. They just didn't like it, I guess. I've learned, as I've gotten older, to demand respect, especially here in the Valley. You have to demand it. There was one incident where a girlfriend came up to me. She was a boy like I was, a gay boy. She drove up in her car up to my property and was like, I have a friend that says you're gay and she's a lesbian in school, and I'd like to meet you and all these things. So she came up to me off of my porch, shook my hand, introduced himself as Brittany. She asked me if I felt different. She asked me if I felt like a woman, and I said yes, I felt like a woman. We just became best friends, dude, and we started transitioning together, going across the border when we were about 15, 16, sneaking across the border, grabbing hormones, letting the pharmacist inject us there, and coming back. I heard from 10th Avenue from my friend Brittany. She invited me to go, so I went with her. They wouldn't let me in, so I would stay outside because I was so excited, to see like something different, like it was my first time at a gay bar, so I was like, oh my God, I got off at the car, I stood at the payphone. I stood at the payphone, real cute, using the phone. And then I tried to go inside, and they told me, no, you're a minor, you cannot go inside, because back then you had to be 17 to go inside 10th Avenue. So I ended up asking Valerie to help me with a pageant. So she helped me with a pageant, Miss 10th Avenue, and I ended up winning. And I started performing there as a crowned queen. And ever since then, I started going inside.
What was Valerie like to you?
She was somebody that I could really look up to. She was somebody that was strong, confident in herself. I used to sit there and look at her all day long when she was in the mirror doing her makeup in the back of the dressing rooms. And she'd always look out for us girls, us younger girls. She'd always make sure that we were okay. So I love her for that. So I never liked makeup or anything like that. So when I first started, I shaved off all my hair. I was in short hair blonde. I did a lot of Tony and a lot of Eve, the rapper Eve. I did a lot of Eve. I don't know if you ever knew a queen named Keisha Ross. She was another black queen. We did The Boy Is Mine. And we actually fought each other on stage, threw each other's wigs off and everything. So it was really crazy, but big connection between us, like all the time, and I was very sad that when she passed, but yeah, she was like sort of my African American sister here.